like what you're doing. He's laughing just like so good. How you doing, Fanny?
But he didn't do homework.
Oh, that's
What?
bad for these. Boy, over here looking like Chris Brown.
Okay, so
Did you do like a escuchar thing? Yeah, we can do like this.
okay, so today we're gonna solve for the most important technique in Algebra 1 skill. And this Algebra 1 skill is involved with all different kind of subjects. It's involved with biology, chemistry, economic, physics, any math courses that you're ever gonna do, finance, anything that you can think of that involves math always must go through this. It's called solving literal equation. And most of you guys probably don't know what is literal equation. Is solve literal equation. Okay? The most simplest one your teacher probably start out with is probably like something P equal to 2W plus 2L. Those of you good at math, you probably know what equations this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
Perimeter.
What?
Perimeter.
Perimeter of what?
The perimeter of a quadrilateral.
Oh, yeah.
Not quadrilateral.
Rectangle.
Rectangle, thank you. So a perimeter of a rectangle equal to W, L, L.
Yep.
So P equal to 2W plus 2L.
Yeah.
So,
I knew that.
so the question is, give me a second. The question is gonna be solving for W. So do you guys, how many of you guys know how to solve for W? Or how many of you guys don't know how to solve for W? Let me know, because I can go over it. Solving for W. How many of you guys don't know how to solve for W? So this is called literal equation. This has no numbers, or has number as coefficients, but more like just represented by numbers. But this is probably the most important technique there is needed. So, is the thing equivalent to whole screen?
Oh, yeah.
Whole board?
Yeah.
How many of you guys need me to go over? Raise your hand. Any? Okay. So what happened is we got P equal to 2W plus 2L, and we're solving for W. So we underline for W. So that means you need to isolate a W just like you do with absolute value. So Ariana, what would you suggest to get W by itself? Right, subtract 12. See, you do know how to do it. You lied to me. See, a lot of you guys that you just say you don't know how to do it because you think that's an easy way out, because it's like pushing a ball, a very, very heavy ball. Like the math is very interesting that you have to start pushing it to build momentum. Although it might be weak, but as you exert enough force, the ball is gonna be a lot easier to roll. So you already told me what you don't know how to do it. You just like, you refuse to exert any force. And that's why the problem not able to solve. And this is the problem with a good math student is they don't care about how big the ball, they start pushing. They take that whatever the first step is. A lot of you guys just don't want to take that first step. If you don't want to take that first step, you never solve the problem. But if you take that first step, things gets easier. Where the math is like always that way. Or anything in life, actually. So you do know how to do it that way. P minus 2L equal to 2W. Now what are we solving for? W, right? So what do I do? Yeah, you solved it. Yay. So W equal to P minus 2L over 2. But sometimes they don't have this answer on the answer choice. Why? I know you two know. I know. I'm gonna ask you guys something. Don't know how to do. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you guys. Nicholas, why is the answer choice not in there? What there's any better answer choice than that?
Would it be W equals P minus L?
No, you kill puppy.
I killed the puppy.
You know how to do it too. Macy knows how to do it too. Anand
What if-
knows how to do it too.
What if you separate them?
Separate them. Thank you. So it'll be P over 2 minus 2L over 2, right? So it'll be P over 2. That's equal to minus L. So those are the answer choice that is preferred, but this is also another answer choice can possibly be. Sometimes they both two not going to coexist, but there's only one answer choice if it's on SAT. Got it?
Yep.
How many guys take chemistry already?
Taking.
Taking chemistry already?
Taking.
Okay, so there was an equation called PV equal to NRT.
No, we haven't learned that yet.
Oh, you're gonna learn that, so I'm gonna teach you ahead of time. I'll teach you before your chemistry teacher.
Wait, so do we write things down?
PV equal to NRT. This is a perf nerd. They call it the gas law. It's a pressure, volume, and the temperature. As the temperature increases, the volume is gonna increase. As the pressure increases, the volume is gonna decrease. So it's talking about gas. A gas that is, for example, like methane gas. Before that is methane. And the methane gas is accumulated in this room, but if you increase the temperature, it's gonna be more volume, more expand. What happened?
I said it was on 10%.
Oh, it's okay. Whichever is done. Okay, PV equal to NRT. So then you say, okay, I can solve for any letter here. Which letter you would like to solve? Let's solve for R. Okay, how do I solve for R?
So for what?
You divide it by what? NT, good. So PV is equal to NRT. If we're solving for R, that means this one, but this, since they are multiplication, I can get rid of the NT by divide,
Yep.
right?
Indeed.
So N is, R is equal to
PV over NT.
PV over NT, which is, that is a constant. I think it's 8 point something. So you will know this when you're doing the gas law.
Which one is the constant?
R is a constant, always. It's gonna be the same thing. Okay, R is the 8.23 something, I don't know. That means that's the mole of the gas, that's the temperature, that's the pressure in atmosphere. The B is in liter, I think, I'm not sure. So I haven't teach chemistry for a while.
You used to teach chemistry?
Nope,
No, but he did major.
I major in chemistry.
Oh, so you can teach us.
Huh?
So you.
No, I don't remember how to think, but.
So
You can
you'll
relearn
do
it
better than Janice.
Yeah. He said.
He said those be too loud.
Alright.
Questions?
Okay.
PV equal to NRT, right? Okay, so now, I'm gonna give you an equation, you're gonna solve for it. I'm gonna ask you to solve two different things, but you gotta be able to tell me what equation is this. I'm gonna test your geometry skill. P equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. So A, I'm gonna solve for
It's
H.
a B.
Huh?
It's a B.
B?
You said P.
Oh, B. Okay.
I wrote down P.
Okay, so B equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. B, we're gonna solve for R. Volume of what?
Cone.
Yes.
Circle.
That's a
Parabola.
Volume of parabola.
Value of vertical asymptote.
Volume of a cone, yeah.
Just
Circle.
random geometry.
We just show the world how smart our pre-calculus is. That's okay, Nicholas. Okay, so most of you guys don't know this is a volume of a cone.
Dang.
And then if you think about it, this is a cylinder, so let's start with cylinder. So think about this as a quarter. If you stack 10 quarter, then it's gonna form a cylinder, right?
Yep.
So we can find out the area of the quarter. So area of a quarter is what? Area of a circle is what? Pi r squared, right?
Yeah.
This is the area of a circle, which is a quarter. Right? But if you stack a 10 high, that becomes a volume of a cylinder is gonna be pi r squared times
okay,
h.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so pi r squared times how many quarter you have, right?
And
So you
then
stack high.
to get the take this.
Yeah.
So now pi r squared h. Pi r squared h, this one is a volume of cylinder.
What?
Okay, so now you say, how about cone? The cone is basically the same height. But if I build a same height cylinder, if I break down like this, if you draw it, you're gonna find out this is exactly 1/3, but drawing's gonna go with 1/3. So now you can see it, that's 1/3. So you can say, oh, that's volume of the cylinder, the same height as the cone. Same height as the cylinder. Okay?
Cool.
Now, you can visually see that. You can memorize all two or three equations together at once. So I'm gonna teach you geometry. Now, lot of stuff is on the SAT. Also, volume of a sphere. Do you guys know what's volume of a sphere? Good. 4/3 pi r cubed. That's volume of sphere. Okay, so how do I solve for h? Do you know how to solve for h?
Yes.
Do you like fractions?
Hold on.
No.
No. How do I get rid of fraction?
Plus one is good thing.
Nah, multiply everything by denominator.
Yeah.
Right? We just get rid of denominator. So if I get rid of denominator, I'm gonna get what? b equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. I'm gonna multiply by 3. I'm gonna get 3b equal to pi r squared h. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
How do I get h by itself?
Divide by r squared.
Divide by pi r squared. Good, because they are multiplication, so I can divide it by pi r squared. If they are addition, you cannot. So that's equal to pi r squared, so it's equal to h equal to 3b over pi r squared.
So that's how we figure out the height of a cone.
Yep, that's how you figure out. In physics, you use literal equation all the time. Almost the whole textbook you're gonna have to using solving this thing. Those are kind of fun, yeah. Now solving for r is a little bit different, so same process. If I'm gonna get b equal to 1/3 pi r squared h, what do I do first?
Oh, wait,
Guess who show up to school?
Whoa.
Is he senior or?
Yeah. He coming just for me because I told him I'm gonna fail him if he didn't show up.
Oh, that's why you're telling him
Are
that.
you serious? You told him that?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
More or less. I have to drive over here.
Okay. You can go to the beach after this class.
Thank you.
You can still make it. Okay, so 3b equal to pi r squared h. Now I can solve for what? R squared. So I'm gonna divide it by pi h. You guys should gonna learn a lesson that's very important for calc. That in pre-calc. R squared equal to what? 3b equal to pi h.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna square root both sides, but you have to worry about plus minus.
Yeah.
But since it's a radius, it's never negative, so you're gonna take out a negative
Oh.
in this case, because the radius cannot be negative, so you're solving for that.
But if R was not radius,
So it's not plus or minus, it's just
No, but r is always radius.
if R was just a regular variable and not like.
R can't be.
Yeah, like if it was x, then it would be like.
Right, it was like X and it was minus.
Yeah, then it would, yeah. If it was x, it would be plus or minus.
Do you guys know what is?
Oh, I know this.
Area of like.
There are some of you guys already know the answer, but I need the other people don't know the answer to figure out what is this.
Traps are fun.
Okay, what is the area of this? I'm gonna call on somebody that don't think they know. So, I'm gonna start with Naomi. What do you think area of this?
They're right next to me.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
Gabriel, come down.
Bad luck.
Okay, so if you have it's the area of a trapezoid, so make sure Gabriel, Anam, Jasmine, Josephine, don't shout the answer because you let other people give up trying. I need other people to think. Think it's better because they gotta try to figure out the answer. I will call on the problem that you don't know how to do. Trust me, I will. Okay? Because right now I'm gonna say this is easy. So how do I solve for B1? Okay, good. You know how to do it. Other people. I need other people that don't know how to do it to be able to solve for B1. Now, think about a parenthesis is like a cage.
Gotta let him know.
And sometimes you gotta go rescue whatever's inside first. Sometimes you had to build your own cage. Really depends on the questions. So how do I solve for B1? A lot of you guys already did it. If you did it, raise your hand. You don't need it. You did it, good. So that way I know how many people have not solved B1. Okay, go ahead, keep on getting the ball rolling. Let me remind you, whatever inside the parentheses, sometimes need to go rescue them. Yes, rescue them. You had to break the parentheses. How would you do that? Now, can you do it with the other way? Yes, but I don't prefer other way. There was a reason why I don't prefer other way. Now, there are one better way than the other, but the other way in all cases doesn't work. We're gonna show you a panda problem next where it doesn't work. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my first step is what? Multiply everything by 2.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
I don't like fractions. So I'm gonna get 2a is equal to h times b1 plus b2. Now, I don't like the thing that's on the cage. There's a parentheses inside the cage. I'll rescue them first. So 2a is equal to h times b1 plus h times b2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, what am I solving for?
B1.
b1, so where's the b1 at?
Right next to it.
So what do I do? No, you had to get this by subtracting. So that's gonna be 2a minus h b2. That's equal to h b1. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna divide by both sides by h. That's gonna give you 2a minus h b2 over h. That's equal to b1. And then I'll split them 2a over h minus h b2 over h. That's equal to 2a over h minus b2. Now, can you use other way to do it? Yes, but I don't prefer it. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because if you do other way to do it, you're not going to solve the next problem. Okay? So, this way is the best way in a sense because you can solve all the problem. You rescue them first and then take them out and then do organize with them. So, this is a second way that people prefer to do, which is I don't prefer it. It's going to be 2a over h is equal to b1 plus b2. And I'm going to subtract the b2 over. It seems like so much less, but it works on this questions. But it doesn't work with the next question. Minus b2 is equal to b1, which is the same answer as this one. It seems much shorter, yes, but it's not the most efficient function. All the problem goes. Okay? So last period, we're trying to come up with the animal that makes sense. I call this the animal problem, which is we tried like frog, and all that animals that we didn't come out the one I like. So eventually people says, let's do a panda.
And
Now this panda problem is much harder.
Panda?
I like pandas.
Panda?
Yeah, panda. Okay? So P is equal to A and D plus A. So we call it a panda problem.
Oh, okay.
PAN plus DA. This one is on SAT all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. It's called literal equation. For sure, always one question, and you don't even have to read. It's like long paragraph, and they say, and solve for P. You didn't even say solve for P. It says find the populations, and you like, but all answer choice is P equal to something. But what are we solving for? Good question. Solving for A. That was a hard one. So solving for A, this is a fun one. Nobody got it last period? Sometimes you have to, something to do with the cage. Building the cage or rescue the panda. And you're gonna find yourself in cycles, which is pretty cool. Show me if you did it. Now, Gabriel, now is the time you can show me how to do it, yes. See, I will ask a question you don't know how to do, I will ask a question you know how to do. So it depends on the people's level, I will ask you the question more appropriate for you. So, the easy problem is no challenge. You're gonna find yourself in cycles, going around loops. There was one year on my AP Calculus student, somebody really want to join my AP Calculus, so he never take pre-calc. He said, Mr. I want to take AP Calc, I belong in that class, I'm smart enough, I belong in that class. I said, no. And he come in after school, he's like, here, give me the test. I said, you can't even take the test. So I give him the test, and he stuck on this problem for 45 minutes. He scored a 23 on the test. 23 out of 100. So he scored 23 on the test. And I see him struggle through this problem for 45 minutes. And then, yeah, I got this. And he keep on showing me his solution. I'm like, nope, 45 minutes. The kid never give up. Pain in the ass. Never ever give up though. That attitude, I love it. And then eventually, I gave him a little bit of hint, and he break through, he solved the problem. So he got a 33 on the test. He said, Mr. Yin, I guess I don't deserve to go to AP Calc. I got 33 on the test. I said, nope, you deserve it, 100%. You work on the AP Calc. So you never take Precalculus, you never take this class. You go to AP Calc. He passed the AP exam with a 4 too. So he's a very strong kid too. Never take Precalculus and got through by himself. That's the attitude I want. I want an attitude like that, Daniel. That attitude of tenacity of things like it. Another student that reminds me of that tenacity is Ariana Rodriguez. Some of you guys know her.
Yeah.
The tenacity of her is very interesting. When I saw her, you know how like Star Wars, like this kid has strong force. It's kind of like that. It's like the force is strong within you, right?
Strong in this one.
And the force strong in this one. So Ariana is that type of person. So I moved her from Algebra 2 to Precalculus because he was on track to go Math 30. And I say, no, I don't think you deserve there. I say like the force strong with this one. But now she's one of the top of their period. She's the third best in the period class. She's not only in algebra 2, she's shown everybody she's belong, she's kicking everybody's ass. Well, that's the word you need to be about. The tenacity of that. I can conquer the problem, I don't need you to become nothing. And you don't mind to make 1,000 mistakes. How many of you guys got it?
I did something, but I don't know if it's right.
Okay, that's it.
Nope.
You definitely killed a lot of things.
Yesterday, you can't have A in the answer, right? Because you're solving.
You're solving for A, yes.
Definitely doesn't equal this, right?
Did you get A by itself? No.
No. I asked about on the right track, I forgot the answer.
Ah, Benjamin, you're the first one. Oh.
You got it right? Good job.
Yeah, because I put it on that side and then it took this.
My force is strong. Do you see what I'm saying though? He doesn't care about failure, he just keeps on going. Failure is good. Don't worry about failure. If you worry about failure, then that makes you less of a student. If you worry about knowledge, that makes you a better student than anybody else. You gotta give it a shot. Because you have this length, you have to decide a little bit of energy to spend on worry about your grade, then that's one less energy that you can focus on the problem. So it's about distributing energy properly. Worry about grades, then your energy is worried about there. If you worry about knowledge, then you're gonna solve a problem. He's paying attention to what I said to him about the cage. Right?
Yeah. At first, I was doing this. I'm like, wait, but that's just a video. So then I put this over here because I noticed they have this.
Right.
So then I did that.
Right.
Probably wrong.
Why is that probably wrong? Where's it work?
She doesn't believe me.
Where's it work? Where's it work?
Change the letter.
Oh, you cannot just change the letter. Yeah, I can understand. So should I let you spend 45 minutes to break by yourself, or you
Yes.
want me to teach you?
It's way more satisfying.
Wait. No, yeah.
Josephine is that cycle.
Yeah,
What
keep going
loops.
back to the same answer.
Yes, you keep on going by the same loops.
I'm just substituting.
That's like yeah. Nope. How much time I have? I'm gonna give you
Wait.
slight clue.
No.
Yes.
Something about a cage that you have to rescue and you have to build a cage again.
It's 10:57.
Yes.
Sure.
What?
I actually,
No?
no.
Those are not isolate. A neither by itself.
Yeah, I know.
One more minute.
I don't know, I don't think
I'm running out of time, so I had to show you how to do it. If I'm making this video, I'm so sorry. But I wish you can break through by yourself. So
Smash subscribe.
P equal to A n over D plus A. So first of all, I don't like fractions, so I multiply both sides by D plus A. You multiply by D plus A.
Sorry.
I don't like fraction, right? And then I'm gonna get, so I need to get A here. A is in two separate terms.
Yeah.
So I need to rescue whatever's inside first, that's why I told you. There's no way that you can avoid that. Now this wasn't the hard part. The hard part is that A is on the two separate sides. You need to organize it into one side. So PD is equal to AN minus PA. Now the hardest part is here, you gotta build a cage for the A. So you can factor it out by Gcf factoring. And then A is equal to PD over M minus P. So I'm gonna give you a deer problem instead. And I'm gonna give you the hardest one, a cat problem.
Oh.
Solve for A, this is solve for E. So this two I won't show you. A cat problem and a deer problem. Yeah, Macy's like, I don't like deer. I ran over a deer once.
Are you serious?
I killed him.
No.
My car's totally destroyed. I spent almost like $400 to fix that car too. And I already killed a deer. So what happened was one deer crossed Orange Avenue, and I saw that deer cross Orange Avenue. It's a 6-lane road, you're trying to cross, right? So it's crossing halfway and it's crossing the other side. And then I was praying for that deer. And I was like, please, let God save this deer. And he crossed, okay, fine. And then, boom, I hit the second deer. I hit the second deer that's following the first deer while I was praying for the first deer. I was so mad.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah? DR over 1 minus D.
Yeah,
Is this the one for the cat bro?
For safety, I assume he does, I assume
Is
that
it
you
negative
supposed to
R
multiply
over
right
both
outside.
Yeah, is that right? It's DR.
No, I'll show you in a second if you stay. So it doesn't take long, so just stay a little bit. So it'll be D times E plus R is equal to E, right? And then I'm gonna distribute that DE inside plus DR is equal to E because there's an E on both sides. Then DR is equal to E minus DE because I want to organize in one side. DR, I'm going to factor out the E, but if I factor out E, that's still 1 minus D. And then E is equal to DR over 1 minus D. Now this problem, I multiply everything by cat.
Yay, yay, my.
A cat. So the cat, C and C cancel out, you're gonna have an at. A cancel out, it's gonna be, and then T cancel out, it's gonna be CA. In the same way you solve for that, AT minus CA equal to CT. If I take out A, that's equal to T minus C is equal to CT. A is equal to CT over T minus C.
Yay!
Monday.
I'm sorry. I got a new picture.
Gonna give me a right one.
Alright.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I did.